There are some objects that are valuable because of what they are made of. Gold, diamonds, rare stones. And then there are objects that become valuable because of the stories attached to them. But what if the story isn't just a story? What if the object is carrying something with it? Something that doesn't want to be forgotten. This is the story of the cursed necklace. Terrifying case based on real-world accounts of allegedly cursed jewelry, unexplained deaths, and a family who claimed that one necklace followed them from one generation to the next. The necklace was discovered in 1978, inside an abandoned estate in a small European village. It was made of old silver, blackened with age, with a dark red stone hanging from its center. There was no name engraved on it, no date, only a strange symbol carved into the back of the stone. A symbol that looked like an eye. The estate had belonged to an elderly woman named Eleanor Voss. According to local records, Eleanor had lived alone for more than 30 years. Neighbors rarely saw anyone enter her house, but they often heard something. A woman's voice, crying, always after midnight. When Eleanor died, relatives entered the property to clean it before the house was sold. That's when they found the necklace. It was hidden inside a small wooden box beneath the floorboards of Eleanor's bedroom. The strange thing was that the box was locked. There was no key. And yet, when one of the relatives touched it, the lock suddenly opened. Inside was the necklace, and underneath it was a handwritten note. Only 6 words were written on the paper. Never wear it after dark. The family thought it was an old superstition. They were wrong. One of Eleanor's relatives, a young woman named Anna, took the necklace home. She thought it was beautiful. She cleaned the silver, polished the stone, and the next morning she wore it to work. Nothing happened. For several hours, everything was normal, until Anna looked into the mirror. She saw someone standing behind her. A woman, pale face, long black hair, head tilted slightly to one side. Anna turned around. Nobody was there. She checked the room. Empty. She looked back at the mirror. The woman was still there. This time, she was closer. Anna screamed and dropped the necklace. When she picked it up again, the stone felt strangely warm. That night, Anna heard knocking. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. Pause. 3 knocks. The sound came from her bedroom door. She was alone in the house. She didn't open it. The knocking continued for nearly an hour, then suddenly stopped. The following morning, Anna discovered something that terrified her. There were wet footprints on the floor outside her bedroom. They began at the front door, passed through the hallway, stopped beside her bed, and ended there. Anna lived on the 3rd floor of an apartment building. There had been no rain. Nobody had entered the apartment, yet the footprints were real. After that night, Anna stopped wearing the necklace. She placed it inside a drawer, but the strange events continued. Her lights began turning on by themselves. Objects disappeared and reappeared in different rooms, and almost every night, she heard a woman's voice whispering her name. Then something even worse happened. Anna's younger brother, Daniel, visited her one evening. He noticed the necklace inside the drawer. He picked it up. The moment his fingers touched the stone, he became completely silent. Anna asked what was wrong. Daniel stared at the necklace. Then he whispered, "Who is the woman standing behind you?" Anna slowly turned around. Nobody was there. When she looked back at Daniel, he was staring at the wall. He said he could hear someone breathing right beside him. That night, Daniel refused to stay. He left the apartment. 3 days later, he died in a car accident. Police officially classified the death as an accident. His vehicle had left the road during heavy fog. But Anna remembered something. The necklace had disappeared from her drawer that same night. She searched everywhere. Nothing. Until she found it on her bedroom floor, covered in mud. She lived on the 3rd floor. There was no explanation. Anna finally decided to get rid of it. She wrapped the necklace in cloth, placed it inside a metal box, and threw the box into a river. She watched it disappear beneath the water. For the first time in weeks, she felt safe. That night, she slept peacefully. But at exactly 3:17 a.m., Anna woke up. She heard dripping water. Drip, drip, drip. She switched on the light. The necklace was lying on the floor beside her bed. Water was dripping from it. Anna screamed. She didn't touch it. She called a priest. The priest examined the necklace but refused to take it. He told her something that she would remember for the rest of her life. He said, "Some things should not be destroyed. They should be left where they were found." Anna asked what that meant. The priest wouldn't explain. Instead, he asked one question: "Where did you find it?" Anna told him about Eleanor's house. The priest immediately became nervous. He asked for the exact location. When Anna gave it to him, he went silent. Then he told her that the house had a history. Decades earlier, a young woman had supposedly lived there. Her name was Mara. According to local stories, Mara had been accused of witchcraft. Villagers blamed her for several deaths and illnesses. One night, she disappeared. Nobody knew what happened to her. But after her disappearance, a strange necklace began appearing in the homes of people, connected to the accusations. And according to the legend, every person who wore it eventually experienced tragedy. Some became sick, some disappeared, and some died unexpectedly. There is no reliable historical evidence proving that the necklace was supernatural. Most researchers would probably describe the story as folklore, coincidence, or a collection of exaggerated local accounts. But Anna believed something was following her. She moved to another city. She changed her phone number. She left everything behind, including the necklace. Or so she thought. 20 years later, Anna's daughter discovered an old box in her mother's attic. Inside was the necklace, and beneath it was another piece of paper. Anna had written only one sentence: "If you found this, don't put it around your neck." Her daughter didn't believe her. She thought it was an old family superstition. She held the necklace up to the light. The dark red stone seemed almost black. Then she heard something, a whisper, very faint, almost like someone speaking from another room. Her own name. She dropped the necklace, and when she looked toward the mirror, she saw a woman standing behind her. Pale face, long black hair, head tilted to one side, exactly as Anna had described her decades earlier. The woman slowly raised one hand and pointed toward the necklace. The daughter ran from the room. She never wore it, but according to the family's final account, the necklace was never destroyed. It was placed inside a sealed box and buried somewhere far from the house. No one knows exactly where, and perhaps that's where the story should end. But there is one disturbing detail. Years later, when the old family house was demolished, workers discovered something beneath the foundation. A small wooden box. Inside was an empty space shaped exactly like the necklace. The necklace itself was gone. To this day, nobody knows where it went. Some believe it was stolen. Some believe it was simply lost. And others believe the curse was never attached to the necklace at all. Maybe the necklace was only a symbol. Maybe the real curse was the story surrounding it. Or maybe some objects really do carry something with them. Something that waits patiently. Something that survives generations. Something that only needs one person to put it around their neck. Because if the stories are true, the necklace isn't looking for a place to stay. It's looking for its next owner. And if you ever find an old necklace hidden inside a locked box, especially one with a dark red stone, remember the warning written on that old piece of paper: never wear it after dark.